So,
We're live now.
and then when he turned 4, he fixed it all.
We're live now.
So it's 10 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order and we'll recite the pledge. Everybody please stand.
Yes, sir.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good Monday morning. Sir, you're here to make a comment, so go ahead.
Again, thank you for the opportunity, BJ Solander, 6503 Old Highway 40. I had the absolute privilege of participating in the joint city-county trash removal. I bought a property that was in quite a bit of disrepair, and over the last 2 years, I have been uncovering things that have been neglected. One of the biggest parts of that, so I took a massive truckload of junk off the property to the landfill or to transfer station with a voucher. So appreciated that system immensely. But what I discovered is about 200 old tires on the property that had been left as a gift. And so thanks to the city for doing that, it would have been a massive expense on my behalf to get that taken care of. And so again, my deep appreciation for helping at least one landowner in the county get a long ways toward getting cleaned up. So massive appreciation.
Yeah, and it was the city manager, new city manager, it was his idea to do this joint operation, and I really appreciate him bringing that to us, and I think that is, I think they want to plan on doing it in the future too, so.
Dickinson County did it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I was so hoping that we would want to be one of those counties that would do it as well. So I really appreciate all the back work that had made that possible.
And I think it was successful.
I do too, I know I'm sure they're gonna give us a thing. I had asked Public Works, they weren't done doing all the stats yet, so I'm anxious to hear on what they did, so.
I heard a lot of positive
Yeah,
stuff and,
appreciated us doing
Well,
that.
I'm sure when they get the bill for the tires, they're gonna maybe have some pushback, but I really appreciate it. So,
All right.
thank you.
Thank
Great
you
day.
for comment.
only thing I think we need to, Jason took several loads of stuff from my place and their place, but he said when the times he went down there, when he'd take the second load, the other stuff was already gone.
I know there were people in there, I did, I did hear that,
Yeah.
so.
They
Taking it, yeah.
really?
Yeah. Well, that's what somebody had on Facebook up in North Park. They said, what is that up there for? And they said, well, it's there for the city county cleanup. And she said, well, I just was wondering because I've seen people up there digging through it all week long.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
Okay. At this time, we have a recognition, I think is the best way to put it, for our appraisers on this.
Well,
yeah, the group.
I'm glad, because like the last, you guys have done an amazing job, and 4 years ago you had 100%, and I wanted to bring you in, and I know it's, people are like, oh, you guys want to stay out of sight, out of mind, because you do get the brunt of anytime evaluations go up, everybody thinks their taxes are going up, but it's not you that do that, it's the people that sit in this chair, and they have to do their due diligence to make sure we only tax what is needed, not just because people's valuations. And so, knowing that you guys did, you have been 100% compliant 5 out of 8 years, and the other 3 have been in the high 90s, if not 99%. And I just felt like you need to be recognized. You guys have done an amazing job, and I am very proud. And I hope, and I did make a post on my Facebook because I think people need to know that you might not agree with the valuation, but you guys are hitting it out of the park by going by what the state statute requires you to do. Your process is based on what the state requires you to do, not anything else. And so I appreciate your hard work, and I hope that it puts some peace of mind to our constituents that they're being treated fairly and equitably throughout the whole entire county.
And I would also add to that, when I first came on, almost 9 years ago, it wasn't that good. And I just commend you guys for really doing a great job. The other piece of the puzzle is how you deal with the public and corrections you make. You know, somebody has a boat or, whatever, and they've sold it and it's still there. You correct that, we sign off on it. So I applaud you for that. So Travis, you want to step up and introduce your staff?
Oh, yeah. I can. Yeah, they say a good appraiser is neither seen nor heard. So that's why we.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vanessa Haslauer, deputy county appraiser. Steele Streeton, residential appraiser. Kelly Morrell, our commercial appraiser. Courtney Nopes, our other residential appraiser, and Debbie McAllister, our administrative assistant. It's all them. I mean, it's all them. They're the face of the county. I mean,
Under your leadership.
they're knocking on people's doors, right, and meeting everybody in the county. And not a lot of offices get to do that.
And for the public, you might explain that you do this, correct me if I'm wrong, but every 3 years you go back and
Every 6.
every 6.
Yep, which we're doing it more often than that, hopefully, and actually we are, but yeah, we're required to once every 6 years. We're on like a 4 to 5 year most of the time with the sales volume we have, but 14,000-ish properties in the county, and we value them all every year. So it's a big job. They get it done. And, again, according to the rules and regulations of the state, we're doing it the way it's supposed to be. So,
Yep.
Thank you, I applaud you for that.
thank you guys.
And also, I do want to, I have gotten numerous compliments on how well you educate people when they do come in and explain it. And sometimes that's hard because it is a complicated system. And I think people have been, when they come into your office and you guys take the time to educate them, they very much appreciate that too.
And that helps with continuity of staff too. We've had this same group for quite a while now. So that really helps build that rapport.
Well, good.
And
Well, keep up the good work.
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Gotta open.
Back to work.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sign up for it.
See you.
Okay, review an update.
Okay, I'll do mine real quick. I went to the Adibus budget workshop. They're of course dealing with challenges from budget cuts. They are aware of what we've been talking about as far as what we're cutting them. I think they're just gonna be, doing things a little bit different or trying to be more efficient. They are working on the K-18 connector, which connects, Junction goes to Ogden and then Ogden goes to Manhattan, and then dealing with that on how they're gonna be serving the area. And so just got some work to
What
do.
else did she said they were gonna be doing, working with somebody?
Fort Riley,
Yeah, that's been an ongoing,
and,
Well, I
but
mean,
you know how it is.
again, I'm stuck on doing stuff for the rural people, and I still haven't heard.
They have they do have on demand for rural people, where if you call, but it has to be a 24-hour notice.
now I did have a complaint recently, well, this past week, that somebody called in 2 days prior, 48 hours, and they said, no, we can't come out there to get you.
Can you tell me where the address, or at least just the
I'll
area?
tell you off there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
You
can address that?
know the person, I know that,
Okay.
so.
Okay, then I went to the potluck that we had Wednesday. There was some really good food there, and it seemed to be well attended, so I was glad about that. I was asked by the Department of Revenue to be a judge for the To the Stars Award. That was
For the
way
what?
more work than I thought it was gonna be. A judge for To the Stars Award.
To the stars.
Yeah, it's, they have businesses like, the agribusiness, manufacturing, and people nominate, And then, they send us the nominations and then we rank them, as far as what we feel that how they are. And, they make sure that like where I live, we don't have anybody that's in our area. And so a lot of my stuff was in southwest or southeast Kansas. But it was pretty interesting to see the businesses around the state. And then, I was asked by KAC to, attend their Foundations of Public Safety, class that they have, and I was there with Bruce Gladney. And we've actually, this is the second year him and I have done that, and it actually was really cool because they have all the people in public health around the state, and then we give them a scenario. They have to come up with a thing that basically it was like, how are you gonna sell a project that they want to do to address like student smoking, so they had to do a quick thing to me as a commissioner, and then I have to ask them the questions that I would ask, and then if they were going to ask for funding, how are we going to get that? And so it's pretty interesting. One of the things though, and I said this last year when I did this, it amazes me how many disengaged county commissioners there are where an employee was told not to contact a commissioner or could not contact a commissioner. Not all of them, but there was a good majority in there. And some of it was because there was no access to the commissioners. Others were their supervisor told them. And this is not about a complaint. This is about their job. They had homework to do as far as you need to ask these 3 questions to your commissioners on different things, on how do you feel, what public health is to you, how do you feel the funding is for the public health, and just different things. And some of them, their commissioners didn't even answer them. And I was blown away about that. So I said, I'm sure that, I hope.
There's several commissioners that don't attend meetings and I mean, I've heard horror stories over the years.
Well, some places don't even have their public health come in, and give their updates. And I'm like, well, who's the Board of Health? And they said, well, the commissioners are. And I'm like, well, they're not doing their job. So anyway, that's all I have.
I really didn't have anything. I had some appointments that I needed to attend, but I have been keeping track or was watching with the city county joint cleanup. And again, I think that is a good deal. And I hope that with the amount of collections, even at JC Naz there was just piled up, and along with the tires. And I guess we'll get an update on where exactly the tires are, where they're getting rid of them at or taking them. So no, I think that was a wonderful thing. I heard a lot of positive feedback about that. When I saw people, they said, hey, just let you know that, they need to keep doing that, maybe quarterly, so I think that, so we need to work on that. I mean, and see what the expense is and see how that all pans out, but I think it was a good deal. I wasn't able to do the potluck. I intended to doing it, and then with my schedule, I had to mow my yard, so to get it done before I had my surgery.
I don't want you getting a blight,
Yeah.
because we never let you live it down.
Yeah.
And I got one.
Speaking of tires, has Jana gotten anywhere?
I have a meeting tonight, and we have an executive board meeting, and I intend on following up with her on that.
Okay,
And Janet is,
Jana Williams with Flint Hills Regional.
Remember when she came for the budget thing, we talked about her looking for grants for that.
yeah.
For tires.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's a lot of farmers out there that.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't think they were
Including me.
gonna be taking anybody, I didn't think they were gonna take anybody from out of town.
But they
To
sure
put
had
the
a
tires,
huge,
so.
when the city manager had those on there, wow, there was quite a few.
Yeah.
Right up the get-go.
So
I'd like to know what their total bill is on that.
Yeah,
for
well,
discussion.
and maybe
Yeah,
we
that
need
would-
to think about maybe helping them on that, since they did take people I thought they were only taking city.
Yeah, over 40
residents.
wouldn't be city.
What?
His address.
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's what I meant. I was kind of shocked when he said that, so.
I didn't, the only meeting I had, was CVB. And the only thing I'll say about that, we covered a lot of stuff, and in my opinion, the meetings aren't run well. And started at 1:30, and I ended up leaving at 3 because I had to go.
Yeah, that's too long.
And so, and they would defer to me on stuff. And
Yeah.
they just need to have a more organized, well-run meeting and not just a chat session. And, I mean, they covered a lot. I was disappointed in, well, and another person and I left about the same time, and they called me afterwards. And anyway, it just, the way it was handled wasn't really appropriate. And so I think that needs to be cleaned up. I didn't have anything else really as far as meetings. Employee task force is this Wednesday, right?
It's Wednesday.
Okay.
And you're going, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep, it's my turn to go. So with that, I'd ask Crystal to, oh, no, real quick. We have a joint city-county school district meeting on the 25th, right?
Yes.
We need to come up with something that we hosted. And one of them I thought of was the cleanup, kind of an overview on the cleanup.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I bet the city will probably be on there, but yeah. I'm trying to think of what-
That's the 25th, they're always on that, the
Well, the fourth Monday.
Fourth
fourth
Monday.
Monday, okay.
And the clerk will send out the agenda. So I will get a hold of Tina and I'll get a hold of Kim to see what they got.
Mhm.
So I know that's a couple weeks away, but
Oh, if we wanted to talk about some of the things on the survey that we did,
on
the joint survey, I think that should be on there just to
the.
talk about it.
Okay. All right, with that, Crystal?
Crystal Malchos, Human Resource Director. In order to save time and get everything done that we need to, I'm going to be giving up my normal update and ask for executive session on elected personnel for 15 minutes, and then us to go out, come back in for another one, a separate issue, but still non-elected personnel.
Well, I make a motion that we go into executive session, non-elected personnel with HR and Betsy
And
and Tammy for 15 minutes.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.